Test, test. There we go. All right, good evening for this Tuesday, March 12th. Sound check, looking good. All right, welcome to this unscheduled, as I guess most of them are, live chat here on the channel for this Tuesday. Hope everyone is doing well. Starting this a bit early. I'm actually catching up on the Weather Channel. Should be nice and warmer tomorrow, about 50 degrees. So yeah, hello Benjamin, hello Paul. Hope everyone is doing well. If you would like to join in, just say yes or send me an email and I'll get you in. It'll be a short one tonight. We'll talk a brief chat about refurbished computers if you're starting off on YouTube and are somewhat serious about it. I think it's something I've mentioned before. Yeah, but I actually was looking at refurbished computers this past weekend, looking to buy a refurbished like Lenovo or HP or something, between $500 and $600, something to upgrade my my Fred Flintstone PC here. That works good with Linux, and after doing my taxes today, I was like, yuck. Anyway, Steve Areno, hello. How's the Peppermint King this evening? I'm still rocking with Ubuntu. Benjamin, you want to join? Okay, give me a second. You got the baby? Okay, very good. All right, okay. Go to emails. I do have some updates, and I guess I'll say them at the bottom of the hour at 8:30. That's 7:30 your time, Steve. 8:30 my time. Yeah, right? Isn't that 7:30 your? Yeah. Okay. Daniel, welcome. How are you? Daniel, do you want to join the short chat for this evening? Steve, you want to join? Okay. Quails, or yes on the time rather, Steve. Okay. If you want to join, Steve, let me know. What's up, Quails? Daniel want to join? Okay. One of these days I'll take a look at SwagArch Linux that I downloaded. I haven't had time to really get to it. Jeffrey Naylor, welcome. Benjamin's in the house.
Hello,
Steve says, what the heck, you can't get your time straight. Steve, is it? No, I'm just kidding. At the health club with your son. Okay, cool.
Dude.
What's up, Benjamin?
No, sorry about that. My son just pulled my headset off.
Nice.
I was talking to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, silent robot.
Yeah.
But if there's anybody you were late, for your own stream. Okay, Steve. Okay. All right. We'll give this another 5 minutes, so we'll get on tonight's topic. So. Oh, Halo fans, looking at the ticker. Master Chief Collection confirmed for PC will include Reach, the last great Halo game. Awesome. For all you PC gamers, there you go. Windows 10 will automatically remove updates and drivers that break booting. That's interesting. Wow, okay. SDS Tech, this is a huge thing where I live, refurbished electronics, okay. Keeps the machines out of the landfills. True, that is true, yes. Yeah.
No, refurbished ThinkPads are a dream, especially for Linux users.
I got a bunch, got several. This computer I have here is refurbished. It's a bit old, about 5 years. And we'll talk about that. We'll give this a 5-minute warning, then we'll get started at 8:30. But yeah, I was shopping Sunday after I did I had a long talk with our friend Stephanie on the new Skype for Windows 10 with the built-in recorder. It was good. It worked. I posted a sneak peek last night. Stephanie singing for us. So Stephanie, thank you for the song. It was beautiful. If you watched this, so check out that sneak peek with the Skype test with Stephanie singing for us, unrehearsed, live from Germany. Well, it was live for me from Germany. Hello, Daniel.
Hello.
What's up, man?
I seen you got something going with the refurbished thing.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah, Steve says refurbished like us. What are you talking about? I am not. I'm interminated. Yeah, refurbished like us. So far, I'm not refurbished. I feel pretty good. It's my birthday this month.
I got mixed feelings about refurbished stuff.
We can talk about that, but I've had pretty good luck. I mean, I haven't bought high-end refurbished because I'm not 100% either, but the ones that I've bought, no problemo. Yeah. In a couple minutes. So, yeah, there are updates. If you haven't already, like I said, me and Stephanie Forian, our wonderful singer friend, we tested the new SKYPE for Windows 10 the first time. I posted a sneak peek of that test singing. I posted it last night of a song that's new. Well, new for us. A beautiful song. Check it out. I thought it sounded pretty good. If you haven't seen it, I thought it was really good. Just her and a guitar. And there was no sputtering. It was stable. 720p, which is fine. And yeah, so check it out. And I just edited the full podcast about 25 minutes worth of the final edit. We talked about 45 minutes, and once I edited it, it was down to 25. I'm just still waiting for her to approve it. Yeah. I'm waiting for her to approve it. Make sure it's okay with her. We'll get Switch in the house. Tom, was that you who sent the thing on MeWe? I approved it or accepted it. I think that was you. I know there's been so much on my mind. My car wouldn't start Sunday, but I got it running. Yeah, I did so much on my mind. My dad's moving and the stuff. But what happened was Saturday night. Hang on a second. There we go. Switch. What happened is Saturday, I left the ignition key on versus off. I went to wash the car. I was doing. I left it on. Then Sunday, after I got done with Stephanie, I needed to go somewhere. I turned the key. Crickets. Nothing. Not even nothing. I mean, I'm like, but then I realized,
Is that the lights on or the key on?
I had the key on.
Oh,
no, I think with modern cars, there's an automatic shutoff.
I don't know if that works with the key, but it does work with the interior lights.
Not with the key, not that I'm aware. Anyway, crickets. I went out. I tried the jump starter. Forget it. To make a long story short, I bought a car charger, one of those trickle chargers, and you know what? It works. I'll have a review of that. It was like $40, and it worked. It does a little test to tell me if the battery's bad. It wasn't bad. It was just drained. So look for that test of the vampire. No, Viking vampire. Yeah, the vampire sucks it out. Sucks the power out. I think it's called Viking charger. So I'll have a quick review of that. But it seems it saved me. Steve says, where was the Energizer phone when you needed it? Really, for my car.
We were just talking about that.
It would be nice if it had an app connected to the I could call the battery. I say, hey, charge, That would have been cool, right? Ben is updating Hackman Distro. Awesome. A new dinosaur has been discovered. Gallionosaurus from Australia with Sleepy. Wow. Well, there you go. A new ornithopod. Ornithopod? I don't know. What's up, man? Well, speaking of dinosaurs, now I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Hi,
yeah.
Switch.
How's it going?
What's
One of
up?
those
What's up,
Lego
man?
pods.
Oh, just adjusting my stuff. Been a crazy busy days. So, all right.
All right, I guess we can get started. It's 8:30. We have the usual. My returning champions are here. If anybody else wants to join, just let me know. But we're going to be talking refurbished PCs to get started on YouTube briefly. I think we all have some experience either with refurbished or building. I know Switch built something last year, right, a PC. So Quail 60, you have a Mac. Mac is good. There's nothing wrong with Mac. But Sunday, this past Sunday, after I did the Skype test with our friend Stephanie, I went online. I've been looking for over a week for a new refurbished PC for the channel here, something to upgrade what I have. What I found out is you can buy a nice refurbished machine with enough horsepower from a name brand like HP or Lenovo, Dell, to do 1080p rendering. Okay, we'll just go with it and forget about the 4K for now. Hi, CJ, welcome. There was something there was actually a few, but there was one off the top of my head for about $500, between $500 and $600, a Core i7. I think it was an HP quad core, 16 gigabytes of RAM with the NVIDIA 1060 Gi or something like, I forget what it was called, or 1050. Which should be plenty to render 1080, or fast enough to render 1080p videos, between $500 and $600 with a 1-year warranty. Now that's not bad. Now the advantage is you buy from one company. It's all pre-built. So if something goes bad, you would contact the one company versus building your machine with different parts. Then you have to kind of diagnose what's going on. But for something like that, for about $500 or so, that's hefty enough. That's a name brand with the warranty, and I'm assuming with a 30-day money-back guarantee, isn't bad. It really isn't bad. That's what I was looking at. And then I did my taxes today. So,
oh no, I still gotta do mine.
Yeah, when you do taxes, whether it's TurboTax or whatever, they say you can start free, but of course here we have state tax in Ohio, so then you got to add that fee, then my YouTube, and then this. So as I was doing it, on the top right it says your estimated refund is so much, which is pretty much what well that's enough to buy a computer. Then I did the state, then this, then I had to pay for this. I owe tax. I actually had to pay tax. Here we have in Ohio the Regional Tax Thing Authority, had to pay that. So it just dropped like in half. I'm like, really? So there goes there goes the new refurbished PC for this year. So that kind of ruined my day, but I had a feeling it was going to happen. But that being said, if you are on a limited budget, I think nowadays, and not doing 4K because that's a different animal altogether, you can get a nice refurbished computer, okay, for about $500 or less if you go from 16 gigs of RAM to 8 gigs of RAM, but that's kind of light. Make sure it's an i7 with a dedicated graphics card, and I think, in fact I know that should be sufficient if you want to get started on YouTube with a refurbished computer. Just make sure if you buy a refurbished, it has a warranty. Okay, minimum 90 days, preferably a year. The one I saw was from 1 year. You know what it was, Dan? It was one of those authorized refurbished Microsoft computer things. That,
was it like something that was turned in and then checked out?
You know what? I didn't ask because I didn't make an attempt to buy it. But I do remember this is an official Microsoft refurbishing center. I think it was in Oregon, or it looked real, but it's officially tested, officially authorized to repair or refurbished or put together Microsoft-based machines, and I would trust that. And it had a 1-year warranty. It wasn't one of those where you buy it and you're on your own. That I would not recommend even for myself. But it had a decent warranty. I figure you buy a new machine, that's the 1-year warranty anyway, right? So let me send another abandoned link. But that's what I was looking at. But once I did my taxes, that pretty much killed that. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just get a Core i5 with 8 gigs of RAM and integrated graphics. And I'm like,
Don't buy
nah.
less than you want, because
Yeah.
you'll regret it.
Well, that's kind of like what I had. It wouldn't be much of an upgrade. So it's like, no, I can't do it.
Buy what you really want.
Right.
You're worth it.
Thank you. That's what I was going to do today, but I can't.
Oh, that's what you got to say to yourself. You're worth it.
Well, I'm going to buy what I'm worth when I'm ready, but not today. So,
I think which RAM is so cheap, I might double the amount of RAM in mine because the RAM has dropped half in price since when I put everything together on this.
how much RAM is in your thing?
16 right now.
Well, that should be enough for
That's what I
1080p
have.
video, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but 32 is better
Oh, there's no question.
at this point.
There's no question. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you would need that for 4K video, but not really that much. But yeah, if it's dropped out in price, I haven't checked lately on a RAM, but if it's dropped, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think some
I
machines.
actually looked
Yeah.
around it.
Have you? Okay.
Well, the ThinkPad that I'm on right now is refurbished, a W530. I bought it. It came with a 240 gig SSD,
Yeah.
8 gigs of RAM, an i7. It's got an NVIDIA Quadro K2000, 2 gigs of dedicated RAM on the graphics card.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the most powerful graphics card, but it's dedicated and it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got it all for less than. I got the laptop itself for $365
Mm-hmm.
with a caddy, an extra hard drive, an extra terabyte hard drive.
Yeah.
I got 32 gigs of RAM in it, and that I think brought it up to like 550, less than
Okay.
that.
Okay.
And so it's a pretty decent powerhouse of a
Yeah.
laptop for
Yeah.
$550.
Yeah.
And like it plays most games, like Doom
Yeah.
2016. It won't play that in 1080p, but you could drop it to 720 and it played
Okay.
pretty well.
Well, the one I looked at was advertised as a gaming machine. It was a Core i7 processor and all that. It was advertised because it had an NVIDIA card, which wasn't bad for like 562, something like that. And if you wanted like an SSD, like a few dollars more, but that's not bad with the 1-year warranty. I think it was HP.
Toss.
Hey Ben, so that's not bad. So, but yeah, I like Dan says, I buy what I think I'm gonna need. So just not today. But I'll keep
Well,
looking.
the thing is, if you buy what you really want, it'll last longer in the long run before it becomes obsolete.
Right, exactly. Because in this business, it can become obsolete in a year or two.
You know, you will get some ouchers where about 6 months down the road, something that's in it will cost half as much. And
right.
why didn't I wait?
Yeah.
That happens to me quite frequently too.
Yeah, somebody was saying you can build a great computer for $600. I don't know about great. Tom, I think yours was more than $600, right?
I did not have to buy the graphics card. I spent $800. So, and I didn't have to buy a case or a graphics card. Graphics cards like mine's only about $100 to $200 graphics card, maybe $100.
Okay.
Case is like $30. So
Okay.
less than $1,000, you can buy a way better computer than buying a pre-built.
Yeah, $600. If I gotta do from scratch for $600, I'd rather just go refurbished. Let somebody else do the labor. Have the 1-year warranty, and it's the same. Yeah.
You know what I'll say is this is a ThinkPad that I got.
I don't know why I feel like that.
I bought the ThinkPad because Spatry's the one that advertised it. He's on his channel.
Yeah.
So it produces his channel. So I mean, it's got to be a pretty decent machine.
Yeah. What it comes down to, do you want to spend minutes or hours rendering video, right switch? That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, this computer is fairly quick at rendering video, but I also have the advantage of having dedicated computers for that. So
yes,
it gets in my way.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes me double or triple the time because this one doesn't have all the graphics card that I need, so it takes much longer. It plays with Linux fine, so I kept it, but I really need to upgrade. But yeah, if you want to render videos fairly quickly, buy the machine that you need. Now, if you're going to do 4K, then you need to go closer to $2,000, you know, for the future, because 4K is going to suck up that horsepower rather quickly. Hi, Yugi. Yes, this is an open chat for tonight. You're welcome to join if you want. Before I forget, 16 gig 8-core processor now, 1052 gig card. Steve, okay. Buy a lower end computer and add a graphics card and more RAM, but then I'm almost back up to where, so it's, nah, I'm not going to do it.
4K is more or less more suited for larger displays like 60-inch TVs and stuff like that because of all the added pixels. You're using 4 times as many pixels as you currently
Well,
have.
that's why you need the processor that can handle the... Now, I don't think 4K is really necessary for what we do. However, like if we were doing like an outdoor, like say I was going to go see Stephanie outdoor concert like there in Massachusetts or whatever, and there's nature, the trees and everything, then probably 4K is the way to go to catch all those colors.
It looked much better on a large display than a computer display. Let's say 20 inches, 25 inches.
Right, that would be nice. Or 1080p with a nice camera and still look nice. In fact, it would. But if you want to catch all the colors and all the, you know, the lighting, then the 4K definitely will catch it, absolutely. But keep in mind, you better have that computer with the horsepower, you know. If not, you got to be spending all day. And then if you make a mistake, then you got to redo it the next day to render that. So. And
then again, with the 4K issue, you have the bandwidth of transmitting it.
That's right. Now, I suppose you can record it in 4K and then download or downscale it to 1080p and look fine. I suppose that can be done, but you still need the computer for it. Right. 4K is 4 times the size. So if it's a 1 gig video, it's going to be what, 4 gigs? That's a lot.
Or it'd be automatically controlled by YouTube like all the other sizes are now.
Yeah, I tested the new SKYPE, and the recorder built in SKYPE for Windows 10, which works great, by the way. I believe it's 720p, which was fine. And Stephanie joined me live from Germany, and it was stable. I was really impressed. I got to give I have to salute them. You know, Microsoft. That was a stable conversation for about 45 minutes. That recording,
somehow you got a really good connection between here and there.
Yeah. She was. I'm not sure if she had DSL or cable. I forgot to ask her. But whatever it was, that and our connections and the SKYPE running in Windows 10. Now, there is no recording built-in feature for the SKYPE for Linux, at least not yet. But it ran pretty good. I edited that, and like I said, I sent her the first copy of the. I'm just waiting for her to take a look and approve it. So out of courtesy. So, but yeah, I posted the first test of that last night with her song singing for us. So. Yes, if you need a gamer, you need all the power you can muster. That is true, Peabody, yes. Chances are, if you buy a gaming PC, it should render video just fine. You know.
I mean, honestly, this one does 1080p, and that's just fine for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's got 4K eyeballs.
No. we don't. But a 4K... does look. I've seen it. It does look nice. You do notice the richer colors. I mean, everything just stands out more. You know. So Steve, you listen most of the time. You mean like Pop? So bring on 144p. Well, if you're just gonna listen, obviously, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this. I was impressed to see 1080p on a laptop screen. Like I'm used to seeing on the external desktop thing, the external monitors.
Yeah.
But this was my first time seeing 1080p on an actual, like the built-in display of the laptop.
Yeah.
And I was impressed.
Yeah, I've seen when I go up to Best Buy, I've seen 4K cameras download stuff to a 4K TV. I mean, it just jumps out at you. It's really nice. It's really, really nice. But again, to get started with that kind of equipment with the cameras, you're probably looking about $4,000 or $5,000. That's on the low end. But if you got the budget, forget what we're talking to. Forget about it. Buy the 4K ready stuff because you'll be set for the future.
I think the future will just fall into place, just like the 4K TVs. The price the bottoms fell out of them.
Yeah.
All this 4K junk, the bottom's going to fall out of it the minute they want to start pushing the 8K stuff.
Tom, you ever mess with 4K stuff or not really?
No, I actually, the only thing that I have that would even record 4K video is I have an iPhone SE laying around. That's the only thing I have that would record 4K.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's worth looking at. Now, when you're doing it,
enough memory in it.
What's that? Oh yeah.
Have enough memory in it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, because I don't put anything on my phones. But one of the things on Linux with Kden Live, if you're doing that, you have to make sure you enable proxy clips. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time scrubbing through it.
Oh, I haven't tested 4K on Kden. Oh, okay. I believe it's capable just fine.
Kden Live will do 4K just fine. It's just most people will have to enable proxy clips to make it work, which isn't a bad thing, because that's exactly what the default is of all of the other professional things. Anyway, they always use default, proxy clips as default. So.
Okay. Yeah, the 4K, like I said, I saw Best Buy there on the demo, was stunning. Steve Gunnick, you would need to get a loan from the family to get an 8K red camera. Yeah. I'm going to talk to the family to get a private loan, yes. I know, the 8K red camera, what are they, 40,000, 50,000 for one camera?
And it'll be obsolete in a few years.
That's true, but you know what? Let's say they had 12K in a few years. If I could buy that with the budget, and I would just, you know what, that would last me 10 years.
That's just been my experience with technology over my lifetime. You enjoy it for a little while, and then wow, this is obsolete. It won't do what it did 4 years ago.
Well, here's the thing. It's like you were saying. Would I be worth buying an 8K red? Yeah, I would. If I had the budget, I would. But I don't know. Would I? That would be kind of like overkill. I don't know. I probably would if I could, but I'd be like, that's the price of a car. I don't know.
And you'd want to wait, too, because they might change the technology slightly when it comes out.
Hey, guys. Long time no see.
What's up, man?
How you doing, Ricky?
Good to be here.
Oh, I'm doing good. I uploaded 2 videos today. Earlier today, though, the little clip that goes on the back of my little headset controller here, it broke on me.
That Chinese stuff.
How you doing, Tom?
Oh, not too bad, Ricky. Not too bad.
Cool. By the way, Tom, did you get my email about the distro review suggestion?
I'm sure I did, but I've gotten about 600 emails in the last day or two.
Oh, okay.
That's a lot of
all his clients. I need help. All right.
Did he say you should try Gen 2? You should try Gen 2.
No.
That is actually going to be the next one I do. It's going to be Calculate Linux.
I'll be happy to try Gen 2 if I buy a Chromebook. Not a problem.
Yeah.
Hexagon. Look at Hexagon OS. I will see if I can get that in.
It's a brand new distribution. It's trying to get on DistroWatch. I know very little about it, but I looked at the site. It looks really interesting. I think you'll like this one.
I will.
The name Gentoo is actually a penguin name, isn't it?
Yes.
Of a type of penguin.
From what I understand, Gen 2 is the fastest penguin. And so in theory, Gen 2 is supposed to be the most fastest, efficient Linux out there, if configured correctly. So they called it Gen 2.
Oh, I thought it was by mistake, like when somebody sneezed, Gen 2.
No, I got this out of a TV show called Atypical on Netflix. It's about an autistic family, a family with an autistic boy, and he's fascinated with penguins. And he goes through four different types of penguins when he gets angry or he gets upset. He starts naming them off. And Gen 2's one of them.
Interesting.
Anyway, the computer that I'm on tonight is my Debian OpenBox setup.
Nice.
That should be fast.
It's to be honest, it's a bit more stable than my Arch OpenBox setup.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
I actually downloaded SwagArch Linux last week. I'll get to it sometime this century.
OpenBox is really nice.
It's nothing. It's
It's
nothing
fast.
personal.
It's fast, yeah.
I just refuse to try anything with the word swag in it.
It sounds so 70s, doesn't it?
Swag? I don't know. All right. Well,
It's like, what do you run? Swag.
that's right, baby. Yeah.
You nag, I'm on swag.
Exactly. If we have any new people in the chat, welcome. Say hi. This it still is a newbies channel, sort of. As you can see, I have all newbies on the panel. No, I'm just kidding. But
I'm a yearling.
well, there you go.
What about
I'm gonna be pretty much a year in Linux full time around June, because June as of last year is when I found all of you guys. And that's when I started to use Linux over Windows 10.
So am I the Jedi Master here with Linux after 13 years? Like, am I the elder?
Yeah.
Tom, how long have you been doing it?
Like using Linux long term.
Yeah.
2 or 3 years, maybe.
Oh, jeez. I feel like this. Yeah, doing Linux.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I think I first experimented with it 8 years ago, maybe.
Okay. I started in 06 with Ubuntu, as you know.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh. Basically, if I need to, I can just go back to one of my Windows machines if I want to. I pretty much got 2 of them on 2 drives here.
Yeah, save them things, man. They do work
nice.
forever until they die.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a parallel port drive from the Windows XP era, and I got an adapter that allows my computer to still use it.
You need to show some respect to Ubuntu, okay? That's right.
I got Ubuntu. I'm using it. Don't kill me.
Okay, we'll have okay.
The other giant hard drive that I have not put anything yet on, I'm planning to put Linux Mint Cinnamon on that one.
That'll work. In fact, that would have been one of the Ubuntu shows if I was going to do it. I might just do these on my own and just keep them running. Ubuntu 6 would have been marketing. Ubuntu 7 would have been who will buy Ubuntu or Canonical if it's for sale. You know what? I think Microsoft should just buy it. There's some speculation. Just buy it. Do a proper Ubuntu, because if they do something shady, trust me. Wait. If they do something shady, the community will know, right? Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think Mozilla would be a better choice to actually merge with Canonical.
That's fine. Yeah.
Well, because first of all, they would have to open source all their code, right? So that means that people who know how to read code will look at that and can tell if there's something fishy in there. Right. Also, even people like me who can't read code, or like I don't know a lick of code. I'm trying to learn, but I'm not there yet.
Well, look.
Like, even I can run like a netstat and find out if my computer's connected to something fishy.
Microsoft has the resources. We can debate what they've been doing, the politics, and that's fine. I can but they got the resources. My thinking is, I've been talking about this for 9 years this month, 9 years of the channel. Thank you, by the way, to everybody out there. I see Zippo on the market. So enough. If it's Microsoft, so be it. Get the Ubuntu machine or Linux machine, Mint it out there for $400 to the masses and say, hey, you have a choice. If there's something in the code that's shady or telemetry, the people will know, and then it won't sell. So Microsoft will have to adjust to make a profit, right? That's how I see it. Just get it out there,
Well, but it could end up being Microsoft's like second chance at like redemption.
Anything's possible, I would rather have a different company buy it, but
I would learn Arch.
Yeah. Okay. No, I would buy Ubuntu.
Listen,
I would buy the machine.
If my only 2 choices was to deal with Windows 10 and all of its telemetry and compiling Gen 2 from source code, I'd pick Gen 2. Okay.
Yeah. Same here.
One of the reasons why I still have Windows 10 drives is Windows 10 just works.
It does.
I disagree. There's too many little things about it that I'd rather deal with the little things in Linux.
Yeah. Well, again, it works for me. Do I prefer Windows 10 over Linux? Not really.
No.
But does it work? I mean, I used it Sunday, with that chat.
I
you
mean,
know, but
Windows 10 does indeed work, but the thing is, Linux is getting so much better as every year passes. I mean,
yes,
it's only a matter of time before we get true, real operating systems with real open source software and open source hardware. The open
yeah,
source hardware market is growing,
yeah,
and that's
mhm,
where most of these companies need to target.
yeah,
Well, I think on the same note, you have to look at like Microsoft continues to ignore its user base. It continues to disappoint, and while Linux is improving, so you got one on the decline, you got the other one on on the rise. So you have like
well,
You
wha-
guys gotta look at it this way. There's a lot of companies out there, and I happen to work for one of them that have a lot of trade secrets, and Microsoft 10 computers in the building. And they
yeah,
spend a lot of money on IT guys to keep this stuff behind a firewall so it doesn't go telemetering off to Microsoft.
yeah, yeah.
hmm,
I suppose you could start off with a national Linux machine with a refurbished machine there, and just put Ubuntu on there. You know, that's been pre-tested. That would work.
I
You
mean,
know,
Ubuntu is pretty much our best ditch effort to get a national Linux desktop. I mean, it is the. The thing is, it's not the most popular Linux distro for nothing.
well, you know what? Since Ubuntu 16.04, the last great Unity, I had it on two machines. It rocked. It was superb. And now with GNOME, I'm getting there with GNOME to like it. Still not my favorite desktop environment, but it's stable.
The
It is
thing
stable.
is,
You know.
it would work for its purpose.
Yes.
No, GNOME is getting better. I mean, the more updates and fixes it gets, the more we'll most likely get used to it at some point.
CJ, you're in the house. Welcome. Are you still experimenting with Linux? You didn't mention it today in the email that I got from you, but CJ, you want to jump on the show? By the way, I'll stick on for a little bit more if you want to jump
I
on.
think that as long as Ubuntu, Canonical, or whatever, gets behind certain GNOME extensions, right? They can't just like grab third-party extensions from the GNOME from GNOMEextensions.com and apply them, right? Because the next update will break them.
It has to be their official from that official lockdown store tested.
They have to maintain their own extension and say, listen,
Right.
these are the ones that we support. If you install anything else, it's on you. But these are the ones that we guarantee will work.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, CJ, you're on Cinnamon. Okay, well, Cinnamon's good. Tom uses Cinnamon, so yeah. All right, if we have any people joining in late, just a couple of updates. There will be no show Friday night. I'll be out. My friend from Pittsburgh will be singing again with the band Jimmy Z Trio, with the famous saxophonist who played with Engelbert Humperdinck this past fall. He from Hawaii.
Well, I'm bummed.
Yeah, so he was on PBS. Actually, they just repeated the concert. I think Sunday night. Yeah, his name is Eric DeFade from Carnegie Mellon University, a very prestigious school. So he will be there Friday night. Got to go see that. So I will not be on Friday night. So probably something Saturday or Sunday. I will post a notice. All right, Steve Gunick, I'll catch you later. John ditched KDE. So again, no show Friday. Check out the latest Skype test with our friend Stephanie. I should have more of that test uploaded hopefully sometime this week. I will test SwagArch Linux when I get a chance. The Olive video editor, I did a video and then I can't find. I must have deleted it by accident. So, well, it wasn't a long one. So yeah. Anna Rita says, I don't agree with you, Toss. I think Windows 10 just not work for me. It is complicated, not easy to use, and has tons of ads. Well, we don't like the ads and the telemetry. Totally agree. But it has worked. If it didn't work, I would not be using it. It's that simple.
I mean,
That's true with anything, really.
I mean, Windows 10 works like when the conditions are right, and it does what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt, Benjamin, but I think the best area that Windows still works so far, that Linux has not mastered yet, is still gaming.
That is true. I will. I will stand by that.
Well, Microsoft just announced the Halo collection for PC gamers.
Yep, they're if I'm correct, they're remastering 1, 2, and 3, I believe.
I'm not sure. I just caught it on the ticker feed. I mean, for the Xbox machines, the first 4 or 5 games are classics in my opinion. But yeah.
Well, as far as gaming goes, there's enough on between Proton and Steam to keep me busy on like.
Yeah, Proton is improving as time goes by. I mean, that thing has a lot of potential to be very successful.
Yeah, I've been looking for a lot more Linux operatable games than Windows, only things.
I mean, let's face it, with Proton, the excuses to run Windows are running low.
Well, I can't test everything that I wanted to. I just don't have the time. But that being said, if I was more into gaming, really serious, I just would not use Linux right until I see a national standard desktop. To me, I'm not going to do it. I'll just stick with Windows and my X because they have proven themselves. As much as we hate what's going on Windows 10, it has proven itself. Look, I was running a game in my dual-core Windows 10 machine, and it was fine. That says a lot. So let's get CJ in the house, and I'm probably going to wrap this up in about 15-20 minutes. I have to get up early in the morning, so.
Okay.
I mean, what I will say is that with the NVIDIA Optimus here, I did have to kind of wrestle with it to get it functioning properly in my Linux machine.
Okay. Welcome, CJ.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, we'll have to get on a private chat sometime this weekend and talk about that. So if weekends are good for you, yeah.
Yeah, weekends are always good.
Okay.
Yeah, just let me know anytime.
Sounds good. So you've been keeping busy, huh?
I try. I mean, I don't have a wife and kids.
Yeah.
And as my phone's ringing, I'm going to put that down.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I keep busy. It's there's always a lot to do.
Right. Right. Cool. So have you?
Sometimes I'm just listening to you guys, and I don't even sign on. I'll just listen. I'll be quiet.
Well, look, hey, man, if that's Steven Spielberg calling, tell him my dad's not available. No, I'm just kidding. But
it was probably a doctor that's calling me.
Oh, okay.
But anyway.
So you're on Linux Mint Cinnamon now, or?
No, okay. So what I was doing is I was trying a couple different ones because I don't need to land on anyone anytime soon.
Okay, all right.
And the funniest thing is that I basically found Linux through the back door, meaning I started using a lot of the programs that are Linux based.
CJ, your signal froze.
Before
he's having time warp issues.
Yeah, I know. You're on the time warp. You're being terminated. Really?
What just happened?
Okay, you're back on.
I don't know what happened. Well, anyway, because there are so many programs that are free, and I'll admit I'm cheap. That's what helped me jump to Linux. It's one of the reasons why. And I could say it a million times.
Yeah.
Less buggy and lightweight.
Which ones have you tried so far?
So far, I've tried Mate, and I always get one mixed up. Yeah, it was because of you. I'm about to try Cinnamon.
Okay.
And that's
Okay.
That's the next one I'm about to, and this time I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to do it as a separate drive and just boot.
Yes.
But I'm not ready to put it on my T440 yet.
Those are desktops, not distros.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. What distro are you trying?
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry.
What distribution? What distribution? Like a distribution, say, would be Ubuntu, and then what form of Ubuntu? Ubuntu Mate.
Right. That's
Ubuntu Mate. Got it. Okay. All right. Cool.
What did I say before?
You were talking about I think desktop environments, which would be Mate, GNOME.
I didn't mention a desktop.
When you were using Mate, did you play with the Mate tweak tool?
What? No.
That would be in the settings, and that gives Mate a whole different feel. You can make it feel like Windows, Mint, XFCE, all kinds of different.
CJ, do you normally use Windows or Mac or just Windows or? I think you froze again. You still there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It froze. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
No, you were asking something.
Yeah, do you use primarily Windows or Mac or?
Unfortunately, I use Windows.
Not a problem. No, for tonight, we were talking briefly about refurbished machines. Do you mess much at all with refurbished or not?
It depends. I'm a little scared on messing with refurbished electronics, but if there's a warranty, then that's irrelevant.
That's exactly what we're talking. I was looking at machines this past weekend until I did my taxes today, and I'm not going to get it. But I was looking at a refurbished machine from HP with a 1-year warranty. It was one of those Microsoft certified refurbishing centers out in Oregon or somewhere that I would trust because it has a warranty. 1 year, which if you buy a new machine, it's a 1 year, unless you buy an extended warranty, you know. But it's 1 year anyway, so why not? I mean, I've bought refurbished machines like this in the past, like 5 years ago, running Linux, and it's superb. It's a little slow now, but it's superb. But yeah, I would trust a refurbished machine with a warranty. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the way to go. In anything, if you get a warranty.
I bought 2 used laptops from Overstocked, and they worked. But when I went to open them up to put larger hard drives in them, I found all kinds of missing screws that should be in place, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like they just slammed the machine together to meet the specs they were selling it on.
Did the machine have a warranty?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, okay.
A lot of these places, they'll give you a warranty. They don't care if it don't work. Send it back. They'll give you another one. It's part of the process. They build.
When I bought this, I did take it apart. I didn't notice anything loose or missing on this machine here, but maybe I just got lucky.
If you can open them up without damaging the warranty, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I installed the what I did with this, I disconnected the disk drive and hooked up the cables to the SSD, which I don't use that drive anymore for any CDs on this machine. Yeah, I got lucky. I mean, you know, ThinkPads and this gateway. I don't think gateway's around anymore. So, but it works pretty good.
I usually end up voiding the warranty when I open it up and tinker with it anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, that's what we tinkerers do, right? Hello, Joe.
That was one of the first desktops I bought. Was a gateway. I think I took a computer back to Compaq after having it for a week, and I went right over to Gateway and bought a whole setup.
Yeah, I think somebody bought them out years ago or something. Gateway.
Compaq. We got the CEO of that company for our governor for 8 years.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
A lot of people have mixed feelings.
But the governor?
Yeah, Governor Schneider.
Governor Schneider must be terminated. Nah, I don't know.
I had a Gateway laptop years ago. Matter of fact, that's what got me into Linux was because I got a Gateway. The hard drive went on it. It was still under warranty, so I sent it into Best Buy to Geek Squad to have the hard drive replaced. And they sent it back to me. They replaced the hard drive, but they put no operating system on it.
Ouch! That's that's money lost. You got to buy an operating system.
Tell me about it. And this is before I knew that they put the product key underneath the machines back then. They had the product key for Windows 7 under the machine.
Yeah.
And I took it to a bunch of people. They could get Windows 7 on it, but legally we couldn't get past 30-day free trial. And I was like, okay. Let me think.
That key today will activate Windows 10.
The thing about keys, I wouldn't mind buying a machine with no OS on it, but how much less am I going to pay for the machine? I got to get a discount, right? There's going to be no OS on there.
Well, eventually I heard the name Linux. You know, I've heard it before. I said, "Oh, it's a free alternative to Windows." So I downloaded it, and voila, my Gateway was usable.
Now Steve says it was a gateway drug. Yes, my gateway machine was a gateway to Linux. But boom.
Ubuntu 10.4. The 30-day free trial.
Hey CJ, when I do that joke, go to your jump. There we go.
5 feet away.
Just be ready next time.
Gateway used to be a really good company years ago.
I don't know why they picked the cow for the logo. Wasn't that a cow or something? Right?
Yeah, it was like a cow hide or something, like the cow
I mean, were all the employees overweight or something? I don't know, but
they were just super proprietary. I mean, I think they were. Yeah, I mean, like I say, it was one of my first experiences with a brand new desktop. That I was like 20 years ago that I bought one, but it was not a bad computer, but it was proprietary.
Yeah. Well, this one I bought refurbished for I mean, the price was 200 some bucks. I took a chance just to test Linux. It's been steady. It's slow, but it's solid. It's never let me down, so can't complain. But yeah. All right, I'm probably going to wrap this up here. Probably another 10 minutes by 9:30. So again, if we have any new people in the chat have a question, no need to be shy. In fact, if you come on, CJ, would you put up here's Robert or somebody, you know. Come on, CJ, do something. And of course he freezes.
That's his mime impression.
Yes. Okay.
That's pretty much what happens when Deepin enters a room.
Ah, okay. So, anyway, yeah. Welcome new patron Samuel. You know who you are. He may wish to be anonymous, but thank you, Samuel, if you watch this later. I actually had someone donate a very generous Friday, so thank you to that person. Yeah.
One memory I have about Gateway is I remember way back in the day. I mean, they used to be really famous for their really good laptops. I mean, they built really good laptops back in the mid-late 90s.
Yeah, they were really known for those. I think they had one Gateway computer.
Okay.
Ever, but
back then their name was Gateway 2000. That was their original name.
Okay.
And then 2000 happened, and they decided, that sounds old.
Well, they should have called it Gateway 21st Century or something, you know. Yeah, I don't know. Or just say Gateway.
I guess it looks like Acer bought them.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah, Acer bought Gateway several years ago.
Run with the Dolphin says moo. Yes, moo. Hey, there's a great name for a Linux computer. Try the new Moo Linux.
and a little before Acer bought Gateway, Gateway made a purchase of their own several years ago, and they were the ones that bought E-machines.
Oh, I remember them things being real turtles.
Basically, E-Machine's moniker was the desktop that was never obsolete.
E-machines were made with the most inexpensive parts they could put in them.
I used to have one of those.
That was their point, actually. An E-machine the point was to get them as cheap as you could, so that people would actually buy them. They were going with the computer, which was
had it years ago. I was using that to teach my son how to use a computer. I didn't know much about him back then, like in 05 or 06. I bought it because it was cheap at best, but it came with the monitor and all. So I bought it. All I remember, well, one of the things I remember is installing the first Halo game, not realizing that it's a pretty hefty game. So when the aliens would come at you, it was like ballet dancing. I'm gonna kill really slow, you know. I've gotta get instead of rock. And when you shoot the machine gun, instead of it was like pop 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 pop. It was so I cracked down the res. But it was great. You would have these alien blobs coming at you like a ballet. You know, I'm like, okay, you know. Oh, it was so funny. Anyway, I don't have it anymore. I sold it, but yeah.
one thing that I know E-Machines was known for is around 2003 they released this really good tower, and from the research that I gathered, it was the very first tower that used the AMD Athlon processor.
Okay. That's what it was. It was an Athlon processor, and I mean, I knew it wasn't really made for gaming, but what I wound up doing is I went to Pittsburgh and bought a simple graphics card, and that helped the game. At least it was almost slow motion. God, I'm still thinking about it, cracks me up. You know.
I had one of those single core Athlon processors. I had the 3 gigahertz one.
Okay.
And I ran Windows XP on it for many years. Matter of fact, I still got it in the closet. I'm going to recycle it.
Oh.
Sarge 2, a Skyjar 2. Yeah, I had a Packard Bell back in the 90s. I remember them, yeah.
It's a shame that Packard Bell is not around anymore.
That was a good name for a computer. Packard Bell, Manly and Packard Bell. Like a semi-truck, the Mack truck, the Packard Bell, you know.
I would say if Packard Bell was still around, they would still be doing well.
Yeah, they didn't last long, I don't think. Yeah,
no. I mean, they just disappeared.
Yeah.
They got expunged by an investment corporation that actually bought them out and just dismantled the company.
So they got terminated. Okay. Anyway. Acer makes great Chromebooks. I think so, yeah.
They're not particularly Linux friendly, though.
Really?
No.
Okay.
I know for a fact that there are really not that many of the old school companies left. The only two that come off the top of my head are HP and Dell, or the last two of the old generation.
Compaq went out, got bought up by HP.
Well, IBM's still around, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, IBM's still around, but they no longer manufacture computers. They exited the computer business a little after 2000.
Yeah, Lenovo took over their ThinkPad line.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That's one of the things that being a Linux newbie was I was new to find out recently, is that there are actually non-Linux friendly computers. And what are some of those, and what would be the reasons why? Is that on purpose, or
some of the brand new ones look out for because they're locked to Windows 10 only?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why Acer doesn't seem to work well with Linux, but for whatever reason, I think I've had one Linux or one Acer that I've had to work with, just have not been able to get everything else. As far as other ones, I don't really know of other ones. In fact, there's 2 Acers I know of that I couldn't get one.
I know besides those companies, I know Asus still makes computers, I believe.
I'm looking at the news feed on the Odd News, and Tom, you might like this, but I don't do the Lent thing or the, choosing the food or fasting. But this is from Ohio. Ohio man goes on beer-only diet for Lent. Is that in the Bible, in the book of beer? Tom?
There's nothing in the Bible about Lent at all.
Okay.
In fact, there's some hilarious history. The next book I'm releasing here, which should be in the next couple of months.
I didn't think there was. I've read the Bible. I didn't think there was. Yeah.
Lent showed up because they wanted to give people like a 40-day experience like Jesus had right up before Easter. But one of the hilarious quirks is what one holiday falls right in the middle of Lent. St. Patrick's Day, which was always a day of drunken revelry, and that's
he was Italian, by the way, I think. Yeah.
No, he actually was British.
Was he? I think he was Italian. Okay.
Yeah. He was from the British Isles. He was raided and taken captive into Ireland, and then because of drinking, and the Catholic Church could never get people to stop drinking for Lent, they simply allowed an exception that during St. Patrick's Day, Lent doesn't apply, and so St. Patrick's Day is a break in the middle of Lent.
Okay. All right. Is there such a thing as Ash Wednesday in the Bible?
No.
I didn't think so either. So I ignore. See, my mom gets it. Today is good for you. You're not supposed to eat meat. I'm like, Ma, food is meant to be eaten 24/7. Okay?
I never understood why it's okay to eat fish. Like, isn't fish meat?
Yeah. You know, there's this neighborhood of Catholic guys, right? And there's the one Protestant guy moved in the middle, and he's out there, and you know, they're on Fridays, they're giving up all their meat, and they're having fish, and he's cooking up this steak on the barbecue, and he's cooking the next day on the barbecue. So they're all like, we got to get this guy in. So they end up getting him into the church, and they take him in, and he decides he's going to convert to the Catholic Church, and the priest comes down and goes, you were born a Catholic, or you were born a Protestant, you're raised a Protestant, and boom, now you're a Catholic. So he's like, all right. So he goes home that Friday, he's cooking up some chicken on the grill. All the guys are like, what? They hear him go, you were born a chicken, you were raised a chicken, now you're a fish.
There you go. Ba-da-bum. Come on, CJ. Ba-da-bum.
I dated a vegetarian about a year ago, and about after a week of that, I was looking at my dinner, and I'm going, man, this is what food eats. This isn't food.
Anyway, yeah, if it's not in the Bible, I don't want to hear nothing about Good Friday. You can't eat meat. You know, that's why I ignore a lot of it, you know, because it's not, well, you're being sacrilegious. No, I'm being intelligent. I can read, you know.
Catholicism has a lot of things that are not.
Speaking of that,
Carmine, you're Italian, right?
See.
Yeah, isn't that you're Catholic then, right?
You see.
I mean, that's being judgmental of me.
Look. Years ago, I'm going to tell you a true story and a joke. Years ago, you know, when the Catholic Church children pedophile thing came out, which is very sad, a congressman compared the Catholic Church, because of what was happening, to the mafia organization. Pretty bold thing to say. And I was like, hey, I'm Italian. Yeah, I know. I was like, hey, I'm Italian and I'm a Catholic. There was no need to insult the mafia. Now stop it, you know. But no, I
drunk in the country was ready.
Yeah, really. No, I was raised a Catholic Christian, but as I got older, started reading, I'm like, this is not in the Bible. This land, like Tomwa and the Christmas, is not in the Bible. Where did this come from? You know. So I kind of shied away from that.
I have a whole book explaining where it came from, so keep an eye out for that.
Yes. I may have to take a look by that one, Tom.
A lot of our holidays today, I think, came from like the Catholic Church tried to like merge like Christian ideas with pagan holidays to try to get those pagan tribes into the Catholic Church, into Rome.
You know, maybe there should be like refurbished Bible, redone for people who don't understand the Bible. Here you go, you know.
It was, Benjamin, slightly different. It wasn't to get the pagan holidays into it. It was to get the paganism out of the holidays. So similar concept, but from a different perspective.
But I think the goal was to assimilate the people in that whatever town was celebrating that.
Ultimately, it boiled down to the church leaders at the time didn't want those pagan holidays to continue, but they didn't have a way to actually stop the people from celebrating. And so if you Christianized the holiday, that was their way of justifying making it safe.
True.
Now, none of our current modern holidays, at least here in America, where we're concerned, don't have anything to do with the Bible, Christianity, or Catholicism, or anything else. They're all just.
I mean, I have nothing against the holidays and Christmas in the spirit of to be with family and stuff, but there's nothing in the Bible about Christmas. That's actually based on the Roman sun god Saturnalia, which is totally against God's religion, as it were. But I get it. We make it up, and as long as you're with family, friends, contributing to the common good, call it what you want. But don't say it's based on the Bible, because it ain't there. You know.
Yeah, I'm an atheist.
Yeah, we keep losing you there, CJ. Yeah. Well.
I'm totally in that.
See, God's punishing you when you said atheist. Froze. No.
Better watch it. Big corporations will poach all our holidays away from us.
Hey, I put my time in. I grew up going to Catholic private school, so I put my time in.
Joe's saying it's not a Catholic created holiday. Well, someone created it.
There's a lot more to it than that, Joe. I'll get you a copy of that book when it comes out.
It's
Christmas,
celebration of the birth of Jesus. That's true, except Jesus was not born on December 25th. Yeah, he was probably born in the spring.
Yeah, that's the most logical time would be the spring. And
so if you wanted to be literal, we should have Christmas, say, April 25th or something. I'm just saying.
Well, because some people I hear put Jesus' birth in like mid-September, some in mid-April. I don't know, but they say that it can't possibly be December because the shepherds were out, and they wouldn't be out in the
there's
winter
hints.
time.
There is a hint, of the shepherds, yes. Which probably wasn't during a snowstorm in a snowbank, if I had to guess.
Now, the reason spring is best is, number one, is that's when the lambs were born. That's when the shepherds were most likely out. But another fun one is that society at the time was still agrarian, and it would not have been in September because that's when all the harvests are coming in. The census, he was born during the Roman census, and everybody was required to travel back to their original towns. The best ideal time to do that would have been the spring.
Well, Bethlehem is close to the equator, isn't it?
No.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
It's pretty harsh there too.
Actually, last week I got an invitation from one of my Jehovah's Witnesses friends to attend the celebration of Jesus. I forget what they call it at their church, but I forget the date. I feel bad, but it's on a Sunday night or something. But anyway, but they do it in the springtime. All right, 5-minute warning. Then I'm going to celebrate shutting off my computer as I go to bed.
Just a little update. I've been keeping my eye on that Ethernet cable that's on the way here. It's most likely coming tomorrow.
Like, do you need more? I think I have 100 Ethernet cables laying out.
No. The last one that's coming, Tom, is all I'm going to need, because that last one is going to be for my main YouTube production machine. Once all 3 of these computers are hooked up to Ethernet, I will not be using Wi-Fi, hardly.
Well, you know what I'm up to? I bought a docking station for this ThinkPad, and I'm going to buy another monitor. So including the internal display, I'm going to have 3 displays.
Oh, okay.
Maria Klecker, welcome. Maria, are you new? I don't recognize your name. Forgive me if you're not new, but if you're new, everybody say hello to Maria Klecker.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Maria.
How are you?
How are you? Verify if you're new so we don't look like idiots, or me look like an idiot,
Hey, we're all saying hi.
Yeah, really.
Oh, what do we got here? The World Wide Web turns 30 years old. Well, isn't that nice?
Well, I'll celebrate, because that's in the Bible, the web somewhere. It has to be. Someone said,
Oh, there's
only the tangled web we weave.
Come on, CJ. There we go. There we go, yeah.
I found some information on the Halo collection. From what it said, it's going to include Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Halo 4, and Halo Reach.
Yes, for PC gamers.
And it tracks everything that you do with Cortana.
Of course. Of course. Yes.
Microsoft will monitor your progress.
That's right. You know what's funny about the games? I never saw a toilet in space. It's just a thought. So
just pass out the window and look at
just stick your hole out. Yeah, right. Yeah. Just eject it into space. There's your smart toilet.
If there was a toilet in outer space,
other crap out in space.
Yeah,
if there was a toilet in outer space, I'd be like, "Oh, what is that?"
I know. Yeah. I do not have a. I have smart candy, Fiber One. You eat this, you ain't gonna need no smart toilet. Yeah. So, anyway, Jesse played original Halo. Okay, yeah, it's a classic. Yeah, that started it all. Yeah, back in 01.
Somewhere,
yeah, I got the soundtracks. Great stuff. Yep, good stuff. Good entertainment. They should have done the movie for Halo's sake. You know. Oh well.
Hollywood just can't get anything right these days.
It's the nature of the beast, man. They talked about, hey, they actually paid a guy $1 million to write the script. They hired the director of The Lord of the Rings, whatever. They started shooting in New Zealand. They built the real, that Jeep, the Warthog, the 4-wheel drive thing and everything. And then Microsoft said, nah, we're not going to do it. I'm like, what the bleep, That's how it goes.
Shoot.
And they started shooting it?
Yeah, they started building the machines, the uniform. They hired a direct. They paid a writer $1 million. What's called a spec script. You may have heard of that. And then it went nowhere.
Hey, Tom.
Yep.
There's this little news thing I just ran across. You might want to hear this.
Oh boy, what is that?
IBM didn't inform people when it used their Flickr photos for facial recognition training.
Oh joy! Yay! That'll be on my privacy news.
I have some funny oddball news. Or I don't know if there are any golfers. I don't know if this is legal, but it says here an eagle helps the golfer with his hole-in-one. So the eagle's toying with the ball and then dumps it in the hole. So there you go.
Eagle has landed.
An eagle in one or something like. Yeah, really. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Okay. Anyway. All right, last call for comments, and I guess we'll wrap this up. Maria, did you reply? You don't have to if you don't want. I'm just kind of curious if you use Linux or if you're new here. So anyway, welcome to the chat. So we'll give us another minute or so.
Yeah, I am not completely certain I will do a live show tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do another day off. I still have a few more things to do.
Yeah.
Everybody commenting, and though I have not been on break, I've been excessively busy retooling some back-end channel stuff. So.
Yeah. Didn't you say Tom, that you're changing your channel a little bit?
I'm doing a lot of background changes. The first thing up is I am throwing on about 5 or 6 social media sites. So if you follow on any of those, you will be able to see when we're going on so that you're not going to miss the notifications because YouTube. Yeah. So those are MeWe, Reddit, Twitter, Mind, Gab. Is that it?
Well, no Facebook. Come on, hey.
No,
just kidding.
No.
You need to go to the family book, okay? We're gonna take
you. I know something. Lately, YouTube has been getting right now with the notifications.
Yeah, Jesse says retooling that back end. Haha, yes.
Yeah,
not that back end.
It's taking a hard time to sit.
Yeah, that's right. You got to lift weights and do the push-ups.
I'm doing some adjustments to the page banner again. The end screen. The end screen got some love, and I actually have to film the rest of it, but I have all the images done for it. So.
Do you have any plans, maybe not now, but in the far future, to give the fire screen a bit of an upgrade?
It wasn't on my
turn it into a blowtorch.
I think it needs nuclear explosions. Yeah.
I could. Man, I should find me some explosions. That would be
the whole city just caving in a hole.
I know.
I mean,
the end of the channel, as we know.
You did mention you wanted to put some fire onto your eyes.
I don't know if I can pull that off. That'd be hard to do, but
it can be done. Yeah, I thought about it. Like one of those rollable green screen, but that's more work, and people know who I am, so I don't need special effects or anything.
Yeah. So
I'll probably never go on fire, like Tom. Just
I did get some feedback that the headphone warning is very, very appreciated for some people.
Yes,
so
yes.
I did put the headphone warning on the re-releases of the lives. If you watch it live, there will be no headphone warning. But if you are watching the post-live re-releases of the data, there will be headphone warnings on those.
I was wondering what that was about, and it had to been that if you were listening to it with headphones, it got really bad.
Yep.
You should have a special effect where you're doing your rant, and right at the end, before you end the stream, you're ranting, and then your head explodes, and that's the end of the stream. Thanks for watching, folks. That was only for entertainment purposes. Goodbye.
There you go. Yeah, but for everybody, pretty much at Switch to Linux is where I'm at. Of course, MeWe, it's a page, so it's
MeWe's good.
/ Switch to Linux.
How do you like MeWe so far?
And I don't like social media in general. So.
I don't either. I'm like,
okay, all right.
Here's the really good part about MeWe is that it does seem to be very locked down. You cannot even see something on there without being signed in. That means that there's a little bit more security and privacy. Sometimes, though, I want something like Twitter or whatever else, where you don't have to be logged in because you might want to keep an eye on things on a regular basis, but not want to go on and log in and create the accounts. And really, that's what I'm using them for. It's for a business, to get information out to people who want to follow the channel.
Exactly.
That's what my purpose is.
Yes.
So
yeah,
Switch, you're growing. You need the Switch to Linux app for your tablet and cell phone.
There you go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So when you log on the app, it goes, thanks for stopping by.
You don't have to log on to it. It just pops up when it's ready.
No.
Switch to Linux app now available
a new
on
channel.
Android.
Switch to streaming. There we go.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
And make sure that the app is an absolute resource hog, so it makes your phone like really, really hot.
Yes.
So it's on fire.
Excuse me, my phone's on fire.
Yeah. And it comes with a thing that if it doesn't turn on as fast enough, you can turn the phone over and poke it, and it'll cause the battery to,
Hey, Paulie, who's this freaking guy screaming here? Jesus. I just dropped my meatballs on the floor. I was trying to cook it. He's like...
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I really need to go, guys. Everybody, thank you here. Again, I'll be out with family and friends Friday night, so no show Friday. Something this weekend I'll post. So again, check out Stephanie Forian doing a nice song for us, for the community on the latest Skype test. That's from last night. Check it out and send her a thank you or whatever. Buy her music because she's awesome. All right,
exactly.
I am out of here to everybody. Arrivederci.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
Take care.